living that life. We just living that life. Talking plies, living that life. We just living that life. You're listening to the Living That Life Digital Nomad podcast. Hit the subscribe button on iTunes if you're a boss, and check out the YouTube channel for dope travel videos. Let's get it.
What is up, Sawadee Cup? Welcome back to another episode of the Living That Life podcast, where I try to share online hustlers who's making money online. As you guys know, I have been based out here in Southeast Asia for the past 3.5 years now, running my Amazon store, and got into YouTube, and through that got to meet tons of different digital nomads making money all different types of ways. So that's been one of my missions, is to share with my audience the different ways people are hustling, making money, location independent. So if you're like me and you have the travel bug, you can work from wherever and make money online. It's the dream, right? Make passive income. I'm chilling here in Bangkok and I'm excited. I got a lot of stuff coming up. We have big travel plans coming up this summer. So if you're not subscribed already, subscribe it. A friend introduced me to this guest here today, and he is making money in crypto, and he happens to also be a door-to-door hustler. So I love that, because as you guys know, I used to be a door-to-door hustler. And so if you're listening, make sure you hit subscribe and follow, because I'm going to have more crypto talk videos coming out on a regular basis on this channel, on YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher, and wherever you get your podcasts. So without further ado, I have the one and only Anthony Noira here. And what is going on, Anthony?
At day to day, I check the market at 9:30. I might hop at an option if one looks good, depending on the charts. If not, I just try to accumulate. I look at Bitcoin, I look at VeChain, I see where they're at, and then I just try to accumulate more.
Mm-hmm.
That's my game plan right now.
Nice, sweet. I like it. Yeah, I think that was a great starting point for beginners. Let's flip back a bit to the door-to-door game. So, if people don't know my story, I guess I'll just tell my story real quick. Is for my every college summer, I used to door-to-door hustle for Comcast and so I ended up doing that all 4 college summers, and then after college did it 2 years year round. And so
it's awesome.
It's interesting. I think you may be the first door-to-door hustler that I've had on my podcast / YouTube channel. And I've talked about it a few times, and I recommend it. Well, all we can do is, of course, share our story, but in hindsight, it was a good kind of job to make money, like decent money. Obviously, it's commission, so it depends how good you are, but it has a potential, if you're good, to make a lot of money. And for example, like someone coming out of high school or maybe coming out of college, good opportunity to make decent money without getting sucked in, as I like to say, to a more serious career. You know what I'm saying? Like an office job or something like that. Like door-to-door is much more independent than the typical office job, the typical indoor sales. So yeah, that's all I can say with my story. Is it kind of helped me get to where I am today, being this online internet entrepreneur, because I had the freedom to, I guess I didn't get sucked into too much of a serious career. It's kind of that independent contractor type career that you can still crush it with the sales. So yeah, how did you get into?
You were 1099, right?
Yeah. I did 5 of the years.
I'm gonna grab it. I want to grab something for you real quick too.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I did 5 years. Independent contractor, 1099 with independent contractor team. That's my friend found the ad on Craigslist, and he told me one day, this was like when we were freshmen in college, he's like, dude, I just made $1,000 last week. I was like, what? Doing what? Sign me up. I didn't even know what it is. I was like, I'm gonna come do that. And it ended up being, he was knocking doors for Comcast and signing people up. And so And then the last
Sure.
year after college, last year and a half after college, I went in-house to Comcast for corporate, got a corporate badge, and it did that thing. It's a little bit different, but yeah. Anyways, so how'd you get into the door-to-door hustling game?
Yeah. I actually have this book that I recommend for anyone. It's called Door-to-Door Millionaire.
Oh, wow.
It's a really good book. So if anyone's looking to get into door-to-door, awesome book. I learned a lot from it. So I actually all my reps now that I hire, my new hires.
Oh, I
But
bet.
yeah,
Yeah.
I owned a frozen yogurt business,
Mm-hmm.
and I was getting lunch with one of my other buddies who owned a business. I'm like, dude, there's not a lot of profit in this, in this field. And he's like, well, one of my other buddies just started with door-to-door. He's making like 190 grand a year, doing door-to-door. I'm like, well, that sounds pretty good.
Do you mean
I'll
owning the
definitely
company
give
making
that a shot.
190 or being a rep making 190?
No, he was a rep. He was a rep.
Okay. Yeah. Being a sales rep. Okay. Yeah.
So I went to, I worked for Vivint Solar.
Yep.
I just really took advantage. I worked all the hours. I put in the time. I studied. I was obsessed. I really was obsessed. So
Yeah.
I was selling a good amount. Within 2 months, I made like $8 grand in a week.
Yep.
I got promoted in like to open a market. So then
Nice.
I was a district manager over, a couple of counties, 4 counties. And yeah, man, I think it's literally never made in my life because you learn much. You deal with people, you learn how to sell. Everything's a sale.
Yeah.
Every conversation you have, either you're selling me something or I'm selling you something. So just to interact with people and develop leadership skills,
Yeah.
I made, like 45 in a week once, selling. So,
Crushing.
door-to-door is awesome, man. Door-to-door is the best. Now I just started a company where I teach, I have door-to-door guys. So it's been great, man. I love it.
Okay, sweet. So you're out there knocking. Are you like training? Like your people are
So right now
reps are shadowing you or?
For now, so literally we started this company like 2 months ago.
Oh, okay.
So it's roofing, siding, windows, solar, the roofing industry is so profitable. It's amazing.
Oh, wow.
We have around like 6 reps right now. So I'm still selling. I'm going to be selling until, I just plan on in my head selling for the next 5 years. I don't want to think like, oh, I'm going to get off the doors and do owner stuff. I just, why not, dude?
Yeah. Cause you're stacking so much. Yeah.
Off the job, but I'm just staying consistent and focusing on what I need.
Dope, dude. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, broke up a little bit there.
Hey, freezing on me a little bit.
You there?
I got you back.
Okay, cool. Yeah. A lot of my door-to-door hustler friends are still knocking freaking 5-6 years into the game, but I see what you mean. Like, it's just you can make so much in one day. It's like, even if I could make, even a little bit more doing an office job or like something like that, like this has way much more freedom. You're on your own time, whatever, take a break when you need to, even though like you don't want to because you're making so much good money.
Yeah.
But yeah, respect, man. And so, sometimes like younger people message me. What's the age range for people that you've known that crush it with door-to-door?
So I think the most successful people that I've managed are older because they have kids. They have standards. They need to pay bills. A lot of young kids that come in, they'll make a good amount of money in a week, and they'll go lease a $800 BMW, and then they're gone.
That was me.
So I personally like the old. I like the older crowd, bro.
Got it.
But I think anyone could come in and do it as long as they keep, they need someone, they need leadership. They need someone that's above them that keeps them aligned and in the right, mindset. Otherwise they could blow that money doing stupid stuff, Yeah. It's like the college kids that come to the pros, dude. And they buy all this crazy stuff and they in their lives, So, it's good to make money, but you have to know what your vision is with it, your strategy. So that's the big thing.
For sure, for sure. But
You need good principles.
yeah, absolutely. Like I actually met a kid out here in Thailand in Chiang Mai, and he was just coming out of high school and was doing door to door over the summer. And actually met him in Thailand, and I was telling him my story of door to door and how I'm totally like working online now, doing whatever. You know, my college degree isn't really relevant to what I'm doing now. And I was asking him about college. He's like, yeah, maybe college isn't right for me. But yeah, I just want like younger people, high school. I want high school people to know, like our people's story, like us, where you know where you can make a lot of money if you're driven, without like a typical type career or whatever. And yeah,
Yeah.
that you know, in America, it's not typical for people out of high school to take a year off to work. Whereas what I've realized is other countries like Australia and Europe, people do the gap year where they take off a year after high school and they work or they travel. And so a lot of people ask me about travel because my YouTube channel is about travel. And so I'm like, it is an option. People do it all around the world after high school, work for a little bit, save money, do some traveling, you know, find yourself, as they say. And maybe you decide that you want to travel and have a remote type business like trading or, online business. Door to door is a great thing where you can come back for a summer, hustle, get money to go travel and go invest in your online hustle or wherever it may be. So yeah, I want people to know that this is out there.
I think, yeah, just people going against the grain, not being conditioned to what everyone else is doing, and just looking for right mentors. And so this is my biggest investment. I'll show you these things, right? So
it's all about the knowledge, that knowledge.
It's all about the books, man. It's all about the books. So that's my best investment. Yourself is your best investment.
For sure. Agreed. I 100% agree on that. Have a mentor, major key in any business in life. And yes.
You can't find one, find a good book.
Exactly. It's the virtual mentors. And we got Facebook groups nowadays. And we got online courses nowadays and mastermind groups, which I'm working on starting my own mastermind group. I got to get around to do that because I realize there's a lot of value in the people you hang out with. I was lucky to have a best friend to be on the same mindset with me to come out in Thailand and do the whole freaking digital nomad thing. But I realized that's a huge thing in life, is having no one around you with the same mindset. And so in this door-to-door crowd, there's for sure a lot of hustlers. There's a lot of hustlers. I will just plug right at the end what actually got me started in the online hustle game is going to a conference. Those are good as well. So I went to—
Which conference did you go to?
It was the Nomad Summit, which is every year in Chiang Mai, Thailand. It was actually back then called the Dropship Lifestyle Conference, but it's every year in Chiang Mai, Thailand, and it's all about online marketing, digital hustlers. Actually in Chiang Mai, there's an annual crypto summit. I mean, those are everywhere now. But there was one in Chiang Mai recently. But anyways, I actually did meet the door-to-door kid that I mentioned earlier at that summit this past January. I try to get back every January, Chiang Mai, Thailand. I will be there, guys. If you're watching, January 2019 at the Nomad Summit. I try to make it there every year. So yeah, that was me and my best friend Parker's excuse to come out to Chiang Mai, Thailand, because we were getting into the whole online game. And Johnny on his YouTube channel announced they're having this Nomad Summit. And we were like, yes, we understood the entrepreneurial, mentality that you are the average of the people that you hang out with. So we're like, dude, let's just quit our jobs for a bit, take some time off, saved up about 10 grand or whatever, which is, not a lot, not a little, but, a good amount. And that gave us kind of like 6 months of leeway in Chiang Mai to focus full time on our online hustle. And for us, that happened to be e-commerce, selling on Amazon. And
Awesome.
and it ended up working out. And I've met a lot of people where they've taken 6 months in Chiang Mai full-time online trying to make it work, and it doesn't work out. They got to go back to the job, save up more money. And so that's business. Sometimes you get something that hits, sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, I'm giving that as an excuse to people watching. every January in Chiang Mai is the Nomad Summit. If you want to make the jump full time to doing your independent hustle, or maybe you just want to come out for 1 week or 2 weeks and 3 weeks. People come for all different amounts of time at the Nomad Summit. So yeah, that's that. I'll see you, probably some of you guys there. And Anthony, where can people, if they want to hit you up, where can they reach you?
So my Instagram is, I think it's at Anthony Angelo Nawara, but I have to double check. I'm pretty sure it's either at that or at Noir Animal. I forget what it is anymore. You know what I mean?
All right, cool.
But they can hit me up there. They could DM me. They could hit me up on Facebook, whatever.
Cool. Yeah, we'll have
That's cool.
We'll have the link below. But yeah, there you have it, guys. Another hustler. Good to hear another story. And yeah, thanks for sharing, Ant. We'll catch you later. Be in touch.
Cool. Thanks for your time, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you too.
Take care, guys.
Peace.
Living that life on the daily, man, that's a definite. Everybody sick of the struggle, come get your medicine. This is a digital nomad podcast. Parker implies with the supplies you want that. Strictly for combat, for business, it's all facts. Location independence is here, no jobs, Jack. You're listening to the Living That Life Digital Nomad podcast. Hit the subscribe button on iTunes if you're a boss. And check out the YouTube channel for dope travel videos.